Alright, let's talk about the origin. So the origin is represented by this little tiny orange dot that's right in the center of this cube. Most of the time the origin is in the center of primitive objects. So if you went ahead and added a new object, let's say a circle, and we wanted to move that circle, you'd see here that it also has this little orange dot right in the middle. That's the origin of this. However, what we want to look at is that these origins can be manipulated, and sometimes for very good reason. So to manipulate the origin, I'm going to take a few steps here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so that I can manipulate it while I'm in object mode. I want to make sure that I go over to the options and I just select that I want to affect only origin. So it's not going to move the whole object, it's just going to move that little orange dot, which is where everything will move, rotate, or scale from. Now that I have that going, I want to move it over to one of my corners. So one of the lower corners is what I'm going to use. And I'm going to do that by accessing a vertice. So I have vertices already on each corner. And what I want to do though is I'm going to turn my snapping on. So to turn it on, I just press this little magnet icon. But right now, by default, it's on the grid snap. And I'm going to change it to Vertex Snap. So I'll just click on this and that's all we need to do. And at this point here, I could just go ahead and drag this middle white circle. And you can see I can snap it right there. Or you can hit G on your keyboard and snap it to any of these. You can see it goes right to the vertices, which is where all the edges connect to that one spot. So there we go. We can leave it right there if we like. And then I can come over here and turn off just affecting the origin. Now you can see that we've got this origin here. If we change to rotate, and we rotate around, it's going to rotate around that spot. Obviously, if we scale, same thing. We can scale from that spot. But the reason why I usually do something like this is because if I want to manipulate objects, especially something like this, a cube, I may want to snap it next to another object. So let's say I go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to go ahead and hit Shift D. All right, so you can see we have this right here. And if I try to snap it down, like by holding my cursor over a vertice, it keeps snapping right on top. So I'm just going to move it out to here. The reason why it keeps snapping and moving right on top is we have to change the settings inside of our Vertex Snap to center because we want the center to be snapping. So we want to go ahead and, oops, I accidentally scaled that. We can grab the move tool now and we can snap it like that. We could snap it up here. We snap it over to here, and as you can see, it's going to perfectly snap sitting right on top of the other object. Now, of course, this works perfect with a cube. Not every object is going to work so nicely. And if we wanted to snap like to the bottom down here, that's not going to quite work, so we would have to actually move the pivot again and snap it up to here, turn that off, and then we could snap it to the bottom like that. All right, pretty simple. Okay, so that's it for just understanding the basics of origin and moving the origin. There are other ways to do that, but we'll leave that to a different tutorial. Thanks for watching.